I, for one, am grateful, Mrs. Bush, that they are finally bringing civilization to this savage land.
I could not agree with you more, my dear. My daddy settled this land, and I know he'll be looking down on us, pleased at how we help the natives.
Yes, they've lost their land, but they've gained access to heaven.
But, Father, do you mean unless an innocent receives communion, they're destined to go to hell? That hardly seems fair.
What I mean to say, Jenny, is that there is a great deal of difference between an innocent and a savage.
I never thought of it that way.
Yes, they lived like animals, but they're happier now.
Not only do people now have motor cars, Father, but I heard that pretty soon we will be able to fly.
No, only angels can fly, Jenny.
No, apparently people can fly. Didn't you hear? Out in Kansas, a man even got a car to fly.
I hardly think so, Jenny.
Apparently, Mr. Johns wants to run for governor, which is why he's so concerned with cleaning up the state.
Nate Johns.
Yes.
His family is nothing but hillbilly trash that came here after the war. I don't want to be judgmental, but this state should not be ruled by such a disgusting family. A family without class.
Apparently. The Johns family have made a lot of money, and he has a lot of friends in politics.
Mrs. Bush, money isn't everything. There are many things that money cannot buy.
It seems that money can buy voters, though.
What you must remember, my dear, is that we have been brought here to spread the word. And the word and civilization, they are the same thing. They are the gifts. It is the opportunity we have, the chance to live among people who are decent and who do not kill each other, and who let you worship in peace.
It's so confusing, Father. Sometimes I find it impossible to make the distinction between a loving act and a hateful one. I mean, they often seem to be the same thing.
Yes, Jenny, it is confusing. But you only have to ask me if you need help.
Indeed.
Well, here we are, Mrs. Bush. Armadillo.
You must be John Marston.
Sometimes.
I'm Jake. Your friends from Blackwater hired me to guide you.
They ain't my friends, but pleased to meet you, Jake.
I got the horses saddled up and ready out front. Let's get going, Mr. Marston. The marshal don't take kindly to that kind of behavior. All righty, Mr. Marston, let's get.
There's treasure buried out by Rio del Lobo.
Is that right?
I intend to find it.
I ain't so sure about that. Come on, Mr. Marston. That ain't how we do things around here. Take it slow on the way out of town. No need to kick up a lot of dust. spending any time in Armadillo, Mr. Marston?
I doubt it. I ain't planning on staying very long.
Well, if you're fixing for some female company, you can do a lot worse than Armadillo. Slow down, Mr. Marston. I'll get you to Fort Mercer quick as I can.
Hey.
Yeah. So it was the marshal who hired me. Lee Johnson. Do you know him?
I think I heard his name.
Says he got a telegram from some Blackwater big bugs asking for a guy. I guess it's none of my business.
That's right.
You ain't very talkative, are you?
Nope.
I'm just chewing the dog, mister. It's how I am. I don't mean nothing by it.
Trust me. There's things you better off not knowing.
You don't look much like no Blackwater fella.
That's because I ain't.
If I'm being honest, I don't care much for those highfalutin big city types. Not much at all.
Blackwater ain't much of a city. More of a town with delusions, but no, me neither.
A fella told me he was out in Blackwater a few months back and saw one of them newfangled carriages without horses.
Is that so?
Hey, you wind them up like a clock. Damnedest thing ye ever saw without the aid of liquor, he told me.
Times are changing fast. That's for sure.
Yeah, damn coyotes. What a waste of good meat. Not far now. You'll see the fort when you get to the top of this hill. Slow down. Listen, mister. This here's what's left of Fort Mercer. Some gang rode in and took the place over.
So I understand.
This is where we part ways, friend. You have yourself a good time.
Let's go. Bill! Bill, I've come for you! Bill Williamson! Come out here right now!
Go away now, John. Don't make me kill you.
Nobody needs to kill anyone, Bill.
You must think I was born yesterday. You always did think I was an idiot.
That ain't fair, Bill. You were as my brother. I've come to try to save you.
Oh. Do I look like I need saving?
Bill, please. They want to kill us all. I can help you.
Well, you never tried to save me before. You only seemed to save yourself.
Bill, I implore you think about this.
You implore me? You implore me. You always were one for fancy words. Oh. Well, things are different now, John. Now I'm in charge! No more Dutch! And no more you. Implores. I implores you to go back and tell them to send someone just a little bit more impressive next time.
Well?
Oh. Poor John.
Well, you're alive.
So it would seem.
So, how do you feel?
I don't know the polite word for it.
I do. Stupid is the word we use around here. What were you doing?
I was doing something stupid.
Well, you'll be okay. Once you didn't die, the doctor said you'd be fine. He got the bullets out a couple days ago.
Good.
It cost us $15.
I'm sorry, madam. Should have left me there to die.
Did you want to die? I mean, was that it? Was that why you went straight out to Fort Mercer and picked a fight with the worst bandit in the county? To die, Mr.
Mr. Marston. John Marston.
Bonnie McFarland. Miss Bonnie McFarland.
Well, you may be right, Miss McFarland. I don't know.
Huh. So what were you doing?
Just trying to give Mr. Williamson a chance. For old time's sake.
You know Bill Williams?
Long time ago.
Well, what was he like?
Dumb.
Just like you.
Thank you, miss. See my hat?
I have. And, what will you do now?
Now I'm gonna take my time and go after him the less kind way.
Well, that sounds very fun, Mr. Marston. Quite heroic, just like in those penny dreadfuls my brother used to read. Meanwhile, if you'll excuse me, I've got a ranch to run. Of course, if you're feeling better, why not take a ride with me later? Help me patrol the perimeter. You can earn back some of that money we wasted on doctor's bills.
Of course. And thank you. For saving my life, I mean.
Next time, Mr. Marston, I strongly recommend you don't try to lose it quite so earnestly.
I'll bear that in mind.
thinking this whole Wild West adventure might have been the wrong decision.
Howdy.
Howdy, mister.
If Druid Farland doesn't move with the times, he's gonna lose that ranch. I never heard such a thing.
Mr. Marston, it sure is nice to see you back on your feet again. How are you feeling?
Oh, I've been worse. Man don't get to my age without a few scars.
Well, no time to waste. The horses are saddled up over here.
Do you even know where you're going?
That's the foreman's office up ahead at the stockade, where we hold...
Old Joe ordered himself an electric
That's good to
belt
know.
from Spaulding. I didn't know that.
Okay, let's see if you can still ride a horse. Come on, then. I'll show you around the property.
Come on. Come on, easy up now.
That's our general store if you need to pick up any supplies.
I think I'll pay my debts to you before I start spending any more money. Easy.
I hear the Blackwater ledger don't print about a big fire in the
This is our horse corral. Paul's very proud of it.
I can see why.
You should watch us break the Broncos sometime. I'm sure a city man would find it fascinating.
I'm sure he would.
There's the train station up ahead.
That must have its advantages.
You'd think, but the railway's done more harm to us than good. Yeah! Oh, there! There's our barn. Survived many a harsh winter, that has. Well, I hope you enjoyed the tour. Why don't we relax a minute before we head back out?
Sounds good to me.
Come on, this is the only chance you're gonna get to rest. How about a cold drink, Mr. Marston?
Thank you, ma'am. Getting shot, then riding a horse seems to take it out of you. I could use a rest.
Sure. Come on in. I'll show you the house, and then you can sit for a while.
Thank you.
Mr. Marston.
Miss McFarland.
Remember me telling you about the trouble we've been having with rustlers and other undesirables?
I do.
Will you help me keep watch on the property line this evening?
Sure.
I want to see just who is trespassing on our land.
This is a fine weapon.
Come, let's head out. The country is really beautiful at around this time. Ready, Mr. Marston? Let's mount up and patrol the ranch. Let's go. Keep your eyes open and try not to get yourself shot again. Thank you, Mr. Marston. I feel a lot happier someone's along with me.
I feel a lot happier now I got a rifle.
Well, with your trigger itch and my feminine intuition, we should make quite a team. I don't believe it. Those damn rabbits are back. Give me a hand with them, will you? Get your rifle out. It's about time these little thieves met their maker. You're better at shooting rabbits than outlaws, I see. That's it! Kill those little varmints! Good shot! Thank you, Mr. Marston. Looks like we'll be having rabbit stew tomorrow. Let's mount up and patrol the rest of the property.
new office. Take it slow on the way out of town. No need to kick up a lot of dust. Whoa now.
Yeah. That's right.
Ain't taking nobody up to the fort in a long time. Strange place for a decent fella to want to visit, if you don't mind me saying.
Who said I was a decent fella?
It's been abandoned for years now. Folks say it was built during the Mexican War. What kinds of soldiers around back then?
Why'd they leave?
Well, I ain't entirely sure. I heard they had to go up north to fight Indians, or maybe they got tired of being soldiers and went looking for gold. You know how things is. So what are you doing up at the fort?
I'm looking for an old friend.
Well, like I says, you ain't gonna find many folk around those parts these days. Those you do find are about as sociable as an old serrated backtooth. I mean, I ain't one to judge a man by the company he keeps, but...
Well, he ain't been friends for a long time.
Are you planning on spending any time in Armadillo? Hello, Mr. Marston?
I doubt it. I ain't planning on staying very long.
Well... Well, if you're fixing for some female company, you can do a lot worse than Armadillo. Fine as cream gravy they are. Not like Thieves' Landing. Dang, those girls ain't even fit for a drinking man to hold up with.
I'm a married man, I'm afraid.
Ain't we all? Yeah. So it was the marshal who hired me. Lee Johnson, do you know him?
I think I heard his name.
Says he got a telegram from some Blackwater big bugs asking for a guide. I guess it's none of my business.
That's right.
You ain't very talkative, are you?
Nope.
I'm just chewing the dog, mister. It's how I am. I don't mean nothing by it.
Trust me, there's things you're better off not knowing.
Damn coyotes. What a waste of good meat. Not far now. You'll see the fort when you get to the top of this hill. Yeah.
Easy.
Listen, mister. This here's what's left of Fort Mercer. Some gang rode in and took the place over.
Come on. Whoa.
Well, you're alive.
So it would seem.
So, how do you feel?
I don't know the polite word for it.
I do. Stupid is the word we use around here. What were you doing?
I was doing something stupid.
Well, you'll be okay. Once you didn't die, the doctor said you'd be fine. He got the bullets out a couple days ago.
Good.
It cost us $15.
I'm sorry, madam. Should have left me there to die.
Did you want to die? I mean, was that it? Was that why you went straight out to Fort Mercer and picked a fight with the worst bandit in the county? To die, Mr.
Mr. Marston. John Marston.
Bonnie McFarland. Miss Bonnie McFarland.
Well, you may be right, Miss McFarland. I don't know.
Huh. So what were you doing?
I was trying to give Mr. Williamson a chance.
A witch. Saw how she was coughing in that handkerchief. Consumption.
Mr. Marston, back in the land of the living, I see.
Figured it's about time I started paying back that $15.
I sure can use an extra pair of hands around here. Let's see if we can get you back in the saddle.
How am I gonna show you the ranch if you keep racing off ahead? Wait, Mr. Marston!
There's the foreman's office. It's also where we lock up good-for-nothing outlaws, such as yourself.
I'm happy enough with my current quarters right now, Miss McFarland.
Come on, time for you to see what a real ranch looks like.
Hello to you.
Your move, my
Best
friend.
name well, because I'll come right for you.
Haven't you done enough thinking with the trigger recently, you barbarian? Whoa there! I don't have time to be waiting around!
To your right is the general store. You won't find Parisian high fashion, but it's good for the essentials.
Very convenient. I don't think I've ever seen a ranch with its own store before.
And here's the corral. This one's for the horses. What do you think?
I'm no expert, but it certainly looks like a fine corral.
I suspect you've stolen more horses than you've broken.
Now, where'd you get such an idea?
First impressions are hard to erase. That's the train station. Things sure have changed since the line finally got finished, bringing in all sorts of new folk like yourself.
Is that such a bad thing?
Change is only good when it makes things better.
Try to keep up, will you?
Let's go.
That's the barn over there. Paul built it himself when I was just a little girl. Come on, boys. And here we are, back at the house. Let's stop for a while before we head out on patrol.
You'll get no complaints from me, Miss McFarland.
Well, are we going inside?
Oh my good God!
How about a cold drink, Mr. Marston?
Thank you, ma'am. Getting shot, then riding a horse seems to take it out of you. I could use a rest.
Sure. Come on in. I'll show you the house, and then you can sit for a while.
Thank you.
Mr. Marston,
Miss McFarland.
remember me telling you about the trouble we've been having with rustlers and other undesirables?
I do.
Will you help me keep watch on the property line this evening?
Sure.
I want to see just who is trespassing on our land.
This is a fine weapon.
Come, let's head out. The country is really beautiful at around this time. Ready, Mr. Marston? Let's mount up and patrol the ranch.
Come on.
We'd best get moving. This is a dangerous time of night for us. How do you do, sir? Let's go. Keep your eyes open and try not to get yourself shot again. It's a sad state of affairs when a rancher has to spend their nights patrolling the perimeter.
Are things really that bad?
It's gotten so bad in the last couple years, everyone around here is armed. Look, those damn rabbits are at the crops again. Get down and give me a hand, will you? Get your rifle out. It's about time these little thieves met their maker. Nice shot. That's it. Kill those little vermin. You got one. Much obliged for the help. Them rabbits can be wily little critters. Mount back up. We should check out the rest of the ranch. We should keep moving. There's still a ways to go. Giddy up! If it's not the rustlers stealing our cattle, it's the rabbits stealing our crops.
It ain't never easy living off the land like this. Maybe you should move to a big city. Become a lady of leisure.
Yeah! Look out! Coyote! Shoot 'em before you get to the animals! Quick! They're going after the chickens!
Let's go. Damn thing.
Let's get going. We've still got plenty of ground to cover.
Let's go.
If only the rabbits were the worst of our problems.
Well, from my experience, a rancher's work is never...
Damn coyotes are fast! Get 'em, boys! More livestock! Kill 'em, Mr. Martin!
She's getting closer.
Yes, we got one! Whoa there!
Yeah!
Well, we got rid of the coyotes. I just wish we'd saved all the chickens. Let's go. I'll take you back to your room. That was some fine work.
Glad to be of assistance.
But I know you ain't doing all this purely out of the goodness of your heart. I think my father and the marshal will be able to help you.
I'd sure appreciate that, Miss McFarland.
This is you, Mr. Marston. Thank you for your help, Mr. Marston. Makes me kind of happy I saved your life. Get some sleep, and I will see you in the morning.
Good night, Miss McFarland.
Load it. Said I'm wasting a valuable business opportunity.
Yes, sir.
Like I'm
Hello.
up against it.
You're gonna have some good luck today. Hold on. Miss.
Run away, pal! Let that one get through!
Damn you! Burn in hell!
It's just a front!
You're gonna die here! You ain't ready for this! Follow me this way! I'm so angry right now! I've seen you! Ain't no running now! You are over a rim!
Back home, the bacon is sweeter than it is out here. I'm thinking this whole Wild West adventure might have been the wrong decision. He told me to take Father's college fund and use it to buy land out here with him.
Take your punishment like you deserve.
How about we keep this between ourselves? Come on now! Stop that!